hard to explain, so I calculate my rhymes sorta like a chess game. I'm trying to balance all my art and theology. When it comes out of me, I represent it properly. 3 persons, 1 God, no apostrophe S's. Progressing with calls and slow talking. Quick to listen, with sick precision, Jesus fix my vision.
FNFlive.com, your boy Drebooge, the site that does more than radio. Live here at the Cold Purple event in NYC. Don't get it twisted. We shut down New York City Fashion Week this week. We had high-end fashions. We had some great donations from a whole lot of people who are really excited about a cause, and some phenomenal performances. Of course, in the midst of all of this, there is the one, the only, Andy
M-I-N-E.
Mineo.
All right, I got you.
How you doing, man?
Good, man?
As always, it's good to see you, man. Yo, man, tell me, what was this event like for you tonight, man? I know it was more than just rapping.
Yeah.
So what was it like for you tonight, man?
It was exciting for me to see Christians being a part of such a rich culture in New York City, which is Fashion Week, and them having a hand in some of the things that are happening, you know, that are first happening in New York City, right? So a lot of fashion happens in New York City, and then it spreads out elsewhere. And to have Robin and some other Christians have their hands involved with that, it was really exciting to see that, you know, they're getting involved, that they're becoming all things to all people, that they are in the world and not of it, and they're making a difference in places where God's light isn't shining as brightly as many other circles.
That is so greatly put, man. Now listen, because, you know, some people are, you know, there was a lot of people here that really, at the end of the day, probably didn't even know why they were here until they caught the end of the show. How important do you think it is for us to be able to really go out and be effective in the world and just be who we are?
Right. I mean, it's absolutely important, and I think it's something that the church is growing in right now. Oftentimes we put up the Heisman, the stiff arm, to anything that doesn't look like us, that doesn't feel like us, right? Because there's a hesitancy to engage with a culture that isn't typically known for God exalting character, right? And so that there always needs to be some thought when engaging with that culture. But I think more than ever, there needs to be Christians in those cultures, making relationships, having relationships with friends here that are part of the secular industry that don't know who Jesus is, so that there's opportunities to be more like Jesus. Jesus sat at the tables with tax collectors, with sinners, with people who in the culture at the time were deemed as the most sinful or stay away from them. And Jesus ate dinner with them and built friendships with them, because he said the well don't need physicians, but the well don't need physicians, but the sick need a doctor. They need a friend. So,
all right. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate your time, bro. You definitely shut it down tonight. I don't know if they was really ready for Andy Mineo tonight. I don't know. It just was a whole nother mood. This is how we do things at FNFlive.com. I'm telling you, it's a site that does more than radio. We here, Cold Event Purple. Pardon me, Cold Purple Event. You want to know how you can help? Check them out, ingactivewear.com, coldpurpleevent.com. Keep it locked here, FNFlive.com. The site that does more than radio. Your boy Drebooge out. Peace.